Westinghouse. Westinghouse Studio One Summer Theater. Westinghouse, the name that stands for leadership. First in atomic power to serve the nation. First in electrical power equipment to serve the needs of industry. First in the most truly helpful new appliances to make your dream home come true. Wherever electricity serves you, in whatever you do, for the new, the improved, the finest, in the widest range of products, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
To see Caesar and rejoice in his triumph.
What conquest brings he home? You blocks, you stones, you cruel men of Rome. Knew you not Pompey? And do you now strew flowers in his way who comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Be gone! Run to your houses and pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude.
Go, good countrymen.
Disrobe the images if you do find them decked with ceremonies. Let no images be decked with Caesar's trophies. Antonius!
Caesar! My lord.
Set on and leave no ceremony out.
When Caesar says do this, it is performed.
Huh? Who calls? Who's that man? Set him before me. Let me see his face. Huh? What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
He's a dreamer. Let us leave him.
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
Let me not hinder, Cassius, your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I have turned the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself.
Then, Brutus, I have much mistook your passion.
I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so.
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well. But what is it that you would impart to me? If it be aught toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I will look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I was born free as Caesar, so are you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in, but ere we could arrive the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of Tiber did I, the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body if Caesar carelessly, but not on him. Ye gods, it doth amaze me a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shame. When could they say till now that talked of Rome, that her wide walls encompass but one man? Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome, as easily as a king.
That you do love me, Cassius, I am nothing jealous. What you have to say, I will with patience hear, and find a time both meet to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under such hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck but this much sure fire from Brutus.
Games are ended. Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell you what has proceeded worthy note today.
I will do so.
Caesar, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men in such a sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well-given.
Would he were fatter. But I fear him not. Yet, if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid so soon as that spare Cassius. Such men as he be never at heart's ease whilst they behold a greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear. For always I am Caesar.
Pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Aye, Casca. Tell us what has chanced today that Caesar looks so sad.
Why, there was a crown offered him. The people fell a-shouting.
Who offered him the crown?
Mark Antony.
They shouted thrice.
Was the crown offered him thrice?
Aye, and he put it by thrice. But to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I can as well be hanged as tell the manner of it. It was mere foolery. He put it the third time by. Still, as he refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their chapped hands and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar. For he swoonded and fell down at it.
'Tis very like. He hath the falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I and honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I know not what you mean by that, but I'm sure Caesar fell down.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive, and your mind whole, and your dinner worth eating.
Good. I will expect you.
Farewell, both.
What a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick-mettled when he went to school.
So is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise.
And so it is. For this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or if you will, come home to me and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble. Yet I see thy honorable mettle may be wrought from that it is disposed. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? I will this night in at his windows throw, as if they came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, or we will shake him, or worse days endure.
Cassius first did whet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasm or a hideous dream.
The taper burneth in your closet, sir. Searching the window for a flint, I found this paper that's sealed up.
Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Look in the calendar. Bring me word.
I will, sir.
Such instigations have been often dropped where I have took them up. Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake and see thyself. Shall Rome speak, strike, redress? Shall Rome... Thus must I piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man's awe?
Sir, Mark is wasted 14 days.
It is good. Go to the gate. Someone knocks. Speak. Strike. Redress. O Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
I think we ought to bolt on your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I have been up this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes. And every one of them doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself that every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius.
He is welcome hither.
This Decius Brutus.
He is welcome too.
This Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus Cimber.
They are all welcome. Give me your hands. All over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No, not an oath. What need we any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress?
Shall no man be touched but only Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I think it is not meet Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. Let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody, Cassius. To cut the head off and then hack the limbs, like wrath and death and envy afterward. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar's. No, let us sacrifices be, but not butchers, Caius. Gentle friends, let's kill him, boldly, but not wrathfully. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do nothing, he can do no more than the arm of Caesar after Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear him.
Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar, all that he can do is to himself. Take thought and die for Caesar.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter. It is time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can o'ersway him. Let me work, for I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
Nay, we will all of us be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour. Is that the uttermost?
Be that the uttermost, and fail not then.
The morning comes upon us, we leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourselves.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes. And so good morrow to you, every one. Gentle Portia. You are my true and honorable wife. As dear to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart. By and by, thy bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart. All my engagements will I construe to thee, and all the charactery of my sad brows.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate House.
I will not come today, tell them, Sir Decius. That is enough to satisfy the Senate.
Most worthy Caesar, let me know some cause lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
Say he is sick.
For your private satisfaction, because I love you. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood. And many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for warnings and portents and evils imminent, and on her knee hath begged that I will stay at home today.
This dream was all misinterpreted. It was a vision fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many Romans bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, by Calpurnia's dream, is signified.
And this way have you well expounded it.
I have, when you have heard what I can say, and know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, lo, Caesar is afraid?
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia. I am ashamed that I did yield to them. For I will go.
Now that you've seen part one of Julius Caesar, let's turn to our Westinghouse program and June Graham, substituting for vacationing Betty Furness. Tomato surprise.
Well, what's this, dear?
Tomato surprise.
Oh, well, it looks fine, honey, but it's no surprise. Could we have a hot meal?
Oh, Bill, it's just too hot to cook.
Oh, no, it isn't. Not if you own this new Westinghouse roaster oven. It's the best way to give your family those hot and nourishing meals, and yet you keep so crisp and cool. The Westinghouse roaster never heats up your kitchen. Or, if you like, you can plug it into the porch and use it to cook outdoors like this. It's a complete portable electric cooker that cooks everything, plugs in anywhere, and it's the easiest way to cook everything, too. Just look at this. Here's a whole family meal. Meat, vegetable, and dessert, all cooked to perfection in these heat-proof dishes that come with the Westinghouse roaster. Or you can use it to cook for a crowd, a big dish like this chicken Brunswick stew. And remember I said it was the cool way to cook? Well, that's because it's so well insulated. You see, there's a thick blanket of fiberglass all around the side. And this looking lid keeps the heat in, too. Isn't that something? In fact, it's so well insulated, you can even use it to keep foods cold. Just look at this. Start with cold foods, drinks, ice, and later use it to cook hot foods. Yes, it's America's favorite roaster. Just $43.95 complete with the heat-proof dishes. What's more, you can add this new Westinghouse rotisserie for just $29.95. So enjoy cool, perfect automatic cooking this summer and all year round with the new Westinghouse roaster oven. Don't wait, get yours tomorrow. And remember, in choosing a roaster, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
We return now to Westinghouse Studio One Summer Theater at Julius Caesar.
The Ides of March are come.
Aye, Caesar, but not gone.
What enterprise, Popilius?
What said Popilius Lena?
If you wish today our enterprise might thrive, I fear our purpose is discovered, Brutus. If this be known, Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay myself.
Cassius, be constant. Popilius Lena speaks not of our purposes. So look, he smiles, and Caesar doth not change.
Trebonius knows his time, for look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out of the
Where's
way.
Metellus Cimber? Let him go and presently prefer his suit to Caesar.
He is addressed. Press near and second him.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metellus Cimber throws before thy seat an humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Cimber. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and fawn and pray for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong. No, without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than mine own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, O Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Cimber may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What? Brutus? Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber. I could be well moved.
If I were as you. But I am as constant as the northern star. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They're all fire, and every one doth shine. Yet in the number I do know but one that holds his place. So in the world. 'Tis furnished well with men. Yet in the number I do know but one that unassailable holds on his rank. Unshaked of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it, even on this.
O Caesar!
Hands wilt thou lift up Olympus.
Great Caesar!
Doth not Brutus bootless kneel?
Caesar!
Hands for me!
Et tu, Brute? Then fall, Caesar!
Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead!
Liberty! Freedom and enfranchisement! Go to the pulpit, Brutus!
Where is Publius?
Here, quite confounded with this mutiny.
Stand fast together! Let some friend of Caesar...
But notwithstanding now! Publius, good cheer. There is no harm intended to thy person, nor to no Roman else. Tell them so, good Publius.
And leave us, Publius, lest that the people rushing on us do your age some mischief.
Do so. Let no man abide the deed, but we the doers. Be not affrighted. Ambition's debt is paid. Stoop, Romans. Stoop. Let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood and besmear our swords, and waving our red weapons o'er our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty.
Stoop then and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over? In states unborn and accents yet unknown.
Stop. Who comes here?
Mark Antony.
I know we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, but yet have I a mind that fears him much, and my misgivings still fall shrewdly to the purpose.
Welcome, Mark Antony.
Mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death's hour. No mean of death is here by Caesar. Now, whilst your purple hands do reek on smoke, fulfill your pleasure.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. Our hearts do receive you in with all kind love.
Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitudes, beside themselves with fear, and we will deliver you the cause why I, that loved Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom.
But what compact mean you to have with us?
Friends am I with you all, and love you all, upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Else were this a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. And am moreover suitor that I may deliver his body in the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. No matter what you do, do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first and show the reason of our Caesar's death. Mark Antony, here, take your Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all the good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission. Else shall you not have any hand about his funeral at all.
Be it so, I do desire no more.
Prepare the body, then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of time. Woe to the hands that shed this costly blood.
As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There is tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? If any speak, for him have I offended. None, Brutus! None have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefits of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not. With this I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death. Good countrymen! Good countrymen! Let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony. Grace Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony have spoke.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholding to you. You gentle Roman! Where? Roman! Countrymen! Lend me your ears! I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man, so are they all honorable men, come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me, but Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man.
Aye.
He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When that the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff, but Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see how on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not, friends, to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Consider rightly of the matter. Caesar has had great wrong.
Marked you his words? He would not take the crown.
Nay, then 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire, weeping.
Now mark him. He begins again to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I would wrong such honorable men. But here is a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. His will? Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read, and they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wound.
We'll hear the will.
Patience, gentle friends, I must not read it. You are not wood, you are not stone, but men, and being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs. Yeah. But if you should, oh, what would come of it?
We'll hear the will.
You will compel me then, and make a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him who made the will. Shall I descend? Will you give me leave?
You shall have leave. Make room. Away from the heart. Stand for the body. Stand for the body.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle?
Yeah.
Look. In this place ran Cassius stagger through. See! What a rent the envious Casca made. Through this the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. This was the most unkindest cut of all, for when the noble Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart, and in his mantle muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statua, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen. Then I and you and all of us fell down whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Now you weep. Good friends, what? Weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here. Your life itself marred, as you see, with traitors.
We will be revenged!
Good friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not that made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reason answer you. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me all, plain, blunt man that love my friend. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds. Poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me. But were I, Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony, would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that would stir the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny. Hear me, countrymen. Hear me, speak. My friends, you go to do you know not what. Wherein had Caesar thus deserved your love? You have forgot the will. And under seal of Caesar, to every Roman citizen, he gives to every several man 75 drachma. Moreover, he has left you all his walks, his private arbors and new planted orchards this side Tiber. He has left them you and to your heirs forever. Common pleasures to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another? Fire the wounds now do I prophesy. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hand of war, all pity choked with custom of fell deeds, and Caesar's spirit ranging for revenge, with Ate by his side come hot from hell, shall in these confines, with a monarch's voice, cry havoc! And let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial.
I'm Sinner! Sinner the poet! Sinner the poet! I'm not Sinner the conspirator!
It's all the same. His name's Sinner. Tear him to pieces! Now let it work. Mischief, thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt.
Now let's pause for a moment and turn to our Westinghouse program and June Graham. Watch out, don't spill it.
Yes, watch out. That rip hand's mighty full. Oh, there it goes, spilled all over. That's what happens when you're all dressed, ready to go shopping, and you're in a hurry. She's defrosting a refrigerator, so naturally she had to empty that messy defrost water, and look what happened. Defrosting's such a nuisance. So trade in that old refrigerator that doesn't defrost itself right now and get a whale of a deal on this big 12 cubic foot Westinghouse refrigerator that keeps itself frost-free. That's right. That means there's no defrosting in the refrigerator or the freezer. With the frost-free, there's no messy drip tray to empty. In fact, there's nothing for you to do. And just think how you'd enjoy owning this big 1955 Westinghouse frost-free refrigerator that's so big, so right for your family today. Well, for instance, this huge freezer holds 51 pounds of frozen foods. And look at all the space in this refrigerator. There's even more space in these handy door shelves over here. It's a lot of space, isn't it? Yes, it's a Westinghouse food file refrigerator with a special place and a special code for every kind of food. And here's a feature that's optional that you won't find in any other refrigerator. It's an exclusive Westinghouse automatic twin juice fountain. Now, you just keep a supply of the thaw juice concentrate in here and press the tap like this. The fountain automatically mixes the concentrate with the right amount of cold water and air to give it nature's own freshness. Now, while your dealer is offering a whale of a trade-in deal on that 1955 Westinghouse refrigerator, get rid of that old undersized refrigerator and get yourself a big 12 cubic foot Westinghouse. And he'll give you a whale of a deal on other models, too. That price is much lower than you'd expect. And remember, in choosing your refrigerator, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
We return now to Westinghouse Studio One Summer Theater and Julius Caesar.
Stand ho! Stand ho! Speak the word of law. Stand! Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Cassius, be content. Speak thy grief softly. Before the eyes of both our armies here, let us not wrangle. Bid them move away.
Stand away. That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians, wherein my letters praying on his side because I knew the man was slighted off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice offense should bear its comment.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mark your offices for gold to underservers.
Aye, an itching palm.
Remember March. The Ides of March, remember. Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes?
Brutus, bay not me. Forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier, able than yourself to make conditions.
Go to, you are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more, I shall forget myself.
Away, slight man.
Must I endure all this?
All this? I more. You say you are a better soldier.
Let it appear so. You wrong me every way. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that. I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. I sent to thee for gold to pay my allegiance, which you denied me.
I denied you not. He was but a fool that brought my answer back. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are. You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
A friendly eye could never see such faults.
The flatterers would not.
Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There is my dagger, here my naked breast. I that denied thee gold will give my heart. If that thou beast of Roman, take it forth.
Oh, Cassius, sheathe thy dagger. You are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire. When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered, too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
My heart, too.
Oh, Brutus. Have you not love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius. And from henceforth, when you are over-earnest with your Brutus, he will think your mother chides and leave it so.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius. I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy, you make no use if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia.
She is dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Upon what sickness?
Impatient at my absence, and grief that young Octavius and Mark Antony have made themselves so strong. But with her death, these tidings came. With this, she fell distract, and her attendant's absence swallowed fire.
And died so.
Even so. No more, I pray you. I have the patience to endure it now. Well, to our work. What think you of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good. It is better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, whilst we lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must of force give place to better. Young Octavius and Mark Antony bring down upon us a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi. The people twixt Philippi and this ground are but in a forced affection. They have grudged us contribution. Now, if Philippi, we face him there, these people at our backs.
Hear me, good brother.
Under your part. The enemy increaseth every day. We at the height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. Upon such a full sea, we are now afloat. And we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
Then with your will, go on. If we do lose this battle, what are you then determined to do?
The same day must end the work the Ides of March began. Whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. If we do meet again, we shall smile. If not, why then this parting was well made.
If we do meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, why then this parting was well made. Farewell, Brutus.
Good night, dear brother. Good night, and sweet repose. This is a sleepy tune. Let me see. Is not the leaf turned down where I left off reading? Yes, here it is, I think. How ill this taper burns. Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. Art thou anything? Speak to me what thou art.
Thy evil spirit.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee, thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Well, then, I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Why, then I shall see thee at Philippi. Oh, that a man could know the end of this day's business ere it end. But it sufficeth that the day will end, and so the end is known. Fates, we will know your pleasure. Where does this body lie?
Low yonder.
Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay.
My lord, there is no tarrying here.
I shall find time, O Cassius, I shall find time. O Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails.
My lord.
Slaying is the word. It is a deed of fashion. Hark thee, Clitus.
What, I? No, my lord, not for all the world.
Peace, then. No words.
I'd rather kill myself.
Hark thee, Dardanius.
Shall I do such a thing?
What request did Brutus make to thee?
To kill him, Clitus. Look, he meditates.
Now is that vessel full of grief that it runs over, even at his eyes.
Fly, my lord, fly!
Fly, my lord, fly.
Hence I will follow. Farewell. My heart doth joy that yet in all my life I found no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony by this vile conquest can attain unto. Countrymen, farewell. Night doth hang on mine eyes. My bones would rest that have but labored to attain this hour.
Fly, fly!
Hence, I prithee. Lucius! Stay thou with thy lord. Thou art a fellow of a good respect. Hold then my sword, and turn your face away, while I do run upon it. Wilt thou, Lucius?
Give me your hand first. Farewell, my lord.
Farewell, good Lucius. Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with half so good a will.
What man is that?
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general honest thought, and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
Now, June Graham wants to show you what to take on your vacation.
As you can see, I always like to travel light myself, but I'd never go away without my Westinghouse personal portable radio. I love it because it's a portable radio that's really portable. Look, it has its own handsome finish Cordovan carrying case. And you see, it's open here so you can tune your Westinghouse right in the case like that. It's the only portable to take when you travel because, well, lots of portables, like this one, hardly work when you're far away from your favorite station. They sound like this. Pretty weak and tinny, isn't it? But the Westinghouse Portable has a rich, full tone. Your favorite programs come in wonderfully clear, even from far-off stations. And the Westinghouse Personal Portable comes in gray, green, or red. It's a smart vacation companion. And listen to this. Now you can get it, complete with carrying case and long-life batteries, a $39 value for only $29.95. And remember, in choosing your radio, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
Next week, Westinghouse Studio One Summer Theater will present The Prince and the Puppet by Shirley Peterson, starring Bill and Cora Baird with their charming puppets. Also appearing will be Phyllis Hill, Van Dyke Parks, and Joseph Sweeney.
Keep cool all day long with the new Westinghouse Riviera 4-way fan. Cools 4 big rooms all night, changing the air every 2 minutes. Or reverse it to pull cool air in. Get this Westinghouse Riviera fan now, and you get a $9.95 automatic fan timer free.
Westinghouse Studio One Summer Theater has been selected for viewing by America's armed forces at home and overseas. This is Paul Brinson saying good night for Westinghouse, who have made more than 40 million products for the American home. We hope you'll be with us again next week. Until then, good night.
Studio One Summer Theater originated live from New York City.